Hello everyone, welcome back to another weekly vlog. This week I'm actually starting off on a Monday and introducing this vlog. We're back on a good path. I feel like the last couple of weeks I just did not feel myself 100%. I felt very scattered and ungrounded. I find what typically helps when that's the case is to just have a little bit of a reset, and so that's what I did this morning. Before doing anything, I just sat down and meditated for about half an hour, and then I did some journaling and just got everything that I was feeling out onto paper. And I feel like that actually really helps me to just feel a little bit cleansed of these scattered feelings I'm having, just kind of getting that out. Now, I had mentioned in last week's vlog that one of my goals for this week was to do 3 podcast episodes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I've just finished the script for today's episode. That kind of gives me a little bit of breathing room, because that for me is the hardest part, is taking all my thoughts that typically aren't very linear and aren't very cohesive and making them make sense in an episode format. That's kind of step one. And once I do that, the recording for me is actually quite easy and it flows really nicely when I have some thoughts on paper. So I feel really good about starting my day off in that way. I've finished today's episode feeling really good, feeling proud of myself. Just recorded it, edited it, and just listening through to make sure that everything is sounding good. I thought I'd go on a little hike, probably something local and very short. Okay, I have arrived at the place where I'm going to be doing a little hike, and hike might be a bit of a stretch. It's a nature walk. No difficult inclines or anything like that. I don't really like doing anything super difficult by myself or super long. You just never know what can happen. One thing that happened to me on my way here was I realized that I had my headphones plugged in, and I don't actually think that the plug was connected to the wall because they're dead. Which, being in silence by myself on a hike sounds like the worst thing ever. I love listening to something and I'm really enjoying my audiobooks. That's a bit of a bummer. But sometimes, honestly, when I am in this situation, I take it as a sign that maybe I just need to be alone with my thoughts and do some processing. I did have a rather weird week last week, so maybe I just need to take a pause, take a breath, and be in nature. That's what I'm gonna do. For some reason, my spidey senses are telling me that things are getting a little ominous. The weather, I just feel like, I don't know. Okay, so for whatever reason, I felt like I should cut my hike short because the sky was getting really dark and the trees were doing weird things, and it was bad vibes. And I literally just sat down in my car 2 seconds ago, and it's snowing / hailing. So this was a lesson in trusting your instincts and following your gut. I'm not kidding you, that was the minute I sat down in the car. So today is Valentine's Day. Jamie and I are about to go get ourselves some ingredients to make dinner, or we're gonna pick something up. We haven't really decided yet. Today I had my second recording of the second last episode for this podcasting marathon that I've been doing. Feels really good to get this stuff out of the way and to see when I schedule the episodes that I'm looking into March, and having that done and being organized feels really good. It's a new sensation for me, I will say. Oh. I also started a new workout plan yesterday where I asked GPT, I always want to say GBT, but I asked it to create a workout plan for me because I really don't like going to the gym and not having a plan, and I get really bored easily. So if I just have something to do, it makes me feel so much better. So I started that yesterday and I'm planning to do it for 30 days. I've actually just been really enjoying exercising and being more active, and I think addressing my sleep apnea has really helped with that because now I have more energy to do those things. Happy Valentine's Day!
Ooh.
Try again.
No, that was it.
Whoops. Why? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Jamie just got a death glare.
Well, she was turning into the road anyway.
I'm just going to grab some food. I don't know what yet, do we?
Here we do, pizza.
Oh, we decided on pizza. We're gonna try Whole Foods pizza because my hairdresser said that it's really good. And then we're probably gonna start the new, wait, turn this off. What's that new series called again? Perfect Match, the Perfect Match. It's like the one.
All the rejects.
Yeah, all the rejects from like, well, not rejects necessarily, just people who didn't find love on the like top reality love TV shows. So that'll be our life for the next week or so. Although Jamie has this thing where like he's super enthusiastic about a reality TV show in the beginning, and then he just randomly is like, okay, I don't want to do it anymore. And then I'm hooked.
Just drop off.
Yeah, and that's annoying. So we won't be doing that, will we?
Yes. I will, once again.
Do you have any
Actually, no, I won't.
Do you have any life updates?
Any life updates?
Like interesting ones.
Interesting ones.
You went on a run today?
I went on a run today. I probably haven't been on a run in several, like 10 years.
Okay.
That's it. Good
That's
stuff.
our life updates. Really not a whole lot exciting going on here. Oh, I still have to try Nando. Oh, it's right there. Right there.
Which one do you want?
So that was a bit of a fail.
No, it wasn't.
Whole Foods pizza, we've never had it before, but it was a 40-minute wait. For some reason we thought it would be like 10 or 15 minutes, but he had a bunch of other people's pizzas to make, and then we couldn't decide, which is one of our biggest issues, where to go. But we ended up getting burritos from this new place that we've never tried before, and they're like so heavy. So
it's so heavy. I can't believe how heavy it is.
well, that's a good sign.
It is a good sign. Lots of rice.
I've been getting into a really good rhythm with podcasting. I may continue to do this in the future where I kind of bulk record episodes. I found it kind of hard initially because I feel like not that much happens day to day in order to like create a whole new episode and have a whole new idea. Today I kind of just took the pressure off myself to have a new idea and just talked about something that I'm experiencing in my life right now and something that I can reflect back upon, which is the whole topic of relationships and where I've come to now in relationships and dating, etc. is very different from the experience that I had growing up. So I just did that episode today, and I actually read through some old journals. I'll show you. So I hadn't really actually planned to do this, but this was my journal from 2018, which is around the time that I met Jamie. Reading this journal really helped me to process and realize just how far I've come. And it's really interesting because I talk about obviously reality creation and manifestation a lot on my podcast. And I had talked in a previous episode about how one of my patterns is to almost reach a point where I've experienced such a far end of one side of the spectrum that it makes me realize how much I don't want something, and then I kind of redefine my standards, and then I experience the other side of the spectrum. This was a really good reminder for me because anytime that I'm experiencing something in my current reality where it's like, this is really hard, this isn't what I want, this isn't what I want out of friendship, this isn't what I want out of my career, etc., I can remember that I've been at similar crossroads in the past, and rather than just kind of surrendering to what it is that I don't want and just being like, okay, well, I guess this is it, I've redefined what it is that I do want. I've allowed what I don't want to inform what I do want, and then that's been really powerful in helping me to create a vision. My camera just ran out of space, but yeah, what I wanted to say was that looking back was actually very powerful for me because I saw the mindset that I was in with respect to relationships. I saw myself in this journal start to come to the realization that that wasn't what I wanted, and then I started to see myself define what it is that I did want, and then I am now living that reality. I just felt a lot of compassion for myself, and I felt a lot of appreciation for the part of myself that always has hope and always holds on to the belief that we are worthy of having joy and pleasure and a life full of excitement and fun and laughter and connection. All of the feelings that I was looking for, like I literally read back, I dog-eared a few pages where I had specifically written down the way that I wanted to feel in a relationship, and then reading those back, I'm like, wow, that is like exactly the person that I'm with, the dynamic that we have. For me, it wasn't about writing down a list of like, I want this person to have this job and make this much money and look like this and whatever it may be. It was, this is how I want to feel. I want to feel connected. I want to feel valued. I want to feel like I can be myself. I want to feel like this person makes me laugh. I want to feel like we share the same values. I want them to get along with my family, and I want to get along with their family. Again, that helps me to reflect on any situation where I'm creating a vision for myself, is it's not so much about what the actual mechanics of it are, or like what the actual features of what I'm looking for are. So it's not about having a certain job or a certain amount of money in my bank account. It's just, how do I want to feel? And that episode really reminded me of that and helped me to also continue to have faith in the journey that I'm on right now. Hello, it is Thursday and I'm about to go get a jacket that I saw at the thrift store yesterday, and I couldn't quite decide if I wanted to get it because, being truthful, I don't really need another jacket. But what I'm gonna do after I get it is I'm gonna go through my closet and I'm finally going to take some of the things, put them on Facebook Marketplace, or bring them to the thrift store so that I can clear out some closet space and justify this purchase. I'm also about to go to Europe, and I figured it wouldn't hurt to have a couple of nice like jackets that I could wear with nicer outfits. You know, this is really the only one I have right now, and the rest are kind of like more sporty or outdoorsy kind of looks. So that's what I'm about to go do. Here is the new jacket. This is a rather new kind of style for me because of the shoulder pads. I usually feel kind of weird whenever I'm wearing a jacket with shoulder pads. But the leather jacket that you saw me wearing earlier was one of my best purchases, and I felt similarly about that, where I was like, oh, this is a bit outside of my comfort zone, but I'll try it anyways. And I already love it. I've been looking for something like this for a while, so I'm really happy that I found one secondhand. My dad is coming tomorrow. My dad and my brothers are coming to visit. I'm picking them up from the airport at about 11 p.m. I'll still have the whole day tomorrow, but I really want to clean the apartment, get it nice and ready, grab some groceries, do a little itinerary of fun Vancouver things to do. Had a very productive week. I also just created, I'm like in a squatting position. It's really uncomfortable, but now I'm gonna be too low. Let's bring you down. I just created an audio version of Design Your Character, which is basically a Notion template that I created and talk about on here all the time. Design Your Character was born out of my love for Sims as a kid. When you go into that like initial phase when you're playing Sims of like designing the Sim, the way they look, the way they speak, their attributes, obviously like the physical appearance thing can be part of it, and experimenting with my physical appearance has been really fun and exciting, but more so is like the attributes and the characteristics and the person that I'm being. That's kind of the focus of the Design Your Character template. And so anyways, I wanted to create an audio version of kind of the process that it takes you through. So I just finished doing that today. I created a meditation as well as like a questionnaire. What I did with Design Your Character, the Notion template, was I asked like a bunch of people to test it. So I just put out like a TikTok video being like, hey, does anyone want to try this? Ended up getting like thousands of people wanting to try it, which I could not take that much feedback. I think I had like 100 people go through, try out the template, provide me with feedback, and then I integrated the feedback and then I launched it. And that worked really well because there were so many things that like I hadn't considered, or like people recommended specific areas of improvement. At first it's kind of like a hit to the ego because you're like, oh my gosh, it's a lot of feedback, but I'm really glad I did it. So I'm gonna do it again with this audio version. Yeah, get some feedback from people, see how it goes, and then maybe by the time this video is out, I don't think so, maybe by next week, it will actually be launched. So keep an eye out for that.
It was really cold, way colder than I was expecting actually. So cold, I would say, that you almost didn't feel it.